This actually isn't meant to be a joke. I know people cover the OnlyFans stuff and they're like, oh. But this is an important message I have for you. So we have 2 articles here back to back. The first one says OnlyFans star Lily Phillips, 23 years old. So just absorb that for a second. 23 years old. Maybe you've heard of Lily Phillips. She's kind of famous in that world. She's now sleeping with elderly men in nursing homes for the latest sex stunt. Elderly men in nursing homes. Let's look at the article. It says controversial porn star Lily Phillips is now betting elderly men as part of her latest OnlyFans stunt. The 23-year-old recently hit up an American nursing home to meet one of her oldest fans, 82-year-old Steve. Donning nothing more than a miniskirt and a cardigan that showed off her cleavage, a beaming Lily posted for a selfie with the overjoyed geriatric. Come on, man. In a video shared to TikTok, she boasted about not only showing Steve a good time, but also 2 of his elderly friends too. Everyone, come on down. The adult performer, who controversially slept with 100 men in one night, said she was looking to bed her oldest fan and encouraged men in their 60s and 70s to message her. Okay, so you look at this and you say, wow, this is a seriously damaged individual, right? But, people say, let her do what she wants, right? And it's true. She has a right to live the life. She's an adult woman. She has the right to live the life that she wants to live. But the perception is by many, mostly, liberals, oh, she's just living her best life. She's an empowered woman. She's doing what she needs to do to be happy. Leave her alone. She's smiling. She's a happy girl just doing her thing. It's none of your business. Okay. Happy. All right. Let's go on over to the second article because I thought this was an interesting parallel. But these are both from the Daily Mail, by the way, which sometimes has good stories, and sometimes writes trash. They wrote an article about me once. It was all wrong. Whatever. Okay. Second article says heartbreaking moment. OnlyFans model breaks down in tears after betting 100 men in one day. Lily Phillips is now planning to bed 1,000 men in one day, which is interesting. It says she slept with 100 men in a single day and she broke down in tears after the sexcapade. She betted them back in October to create content for her OnlyFans page and also chronicled the experience in a documentary called I Slept with 100 Men in One Day. While she publicly portrayed the stunt in a positive light, the documentary reveals that Lily was an emotional wreck behind the scenes. Visibly sobbing, she told host Josh Peters, sometimes you just dissociate. It's not normal sex at all. She continued, in my head, I can think of 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember, and that's it. It's just weird, isn't it? If I didn't have the videos, I wouldn't have known I'd done it. The young woman also admitted that she felt robotic on top of being racked with guilt that she wasn't giving all the men the experience they wanted. It's not for the weak girls, if I'm honest. It was hard. I don't know if I'd recommend it. It's a different feeling. It's just one in, out. It feels intense. Okay, so here she is crying hysterically, right? Because this is not natural. Can we all acknowledge this is not natural? This is a deeply damaging way for these women to live. Deeply, deeply damaging for a woman to behave like this. And they've found this niche, right? These attractive girls have found this niche, OnlyFans. And they say, oh, OnlyFans, I'm going to go make my money and I'm not going to be tarnished by it at all. And they believe all the hype, right? Empowered woman. Oh, no skin off my back. Oh, I'm just behaving like one of the badly behaved men back in the day. Like, the jocks back in the day in those movies that were just, sleeping with a bunch of women. First of all, men and women are different. We process intimacy differently. Women, this is not natural behavior for a woman. And what you see is the truth unfolding behind the scenes where she's got a smile on and she's making her money. And behind the scenes, she's destroying her entire psyche because she's not able to do this and still have, a whole person be with her at the end of the day. Okay. So just people out there, I know it can be very appealing to make money in different ways, but this is how women get wrecked. I don't know a single woman, in fact, thinking about my entire life, I don't know a single woman who was able to forget about 100 guys. Forget about 1,000 guys. These numbers are off the charts, right? It's like almost unrelatable. You can't even imagine what that is. 100 people in one day. What are you even talking about? I can't even imagine 100 people in a lifetime, to be completely honest with you. But I know women who were promiscuous, and it wasn't 100 or 1,000, but it was still, a couple of different guys every couple of weeks. And every single one of them suffered inside. They would where are these guys? Why are they not calling me back? They wanted more than just the physical act very often. And if they didn't want more, they felt like garbage when they came home. They felt empty. They felt alone. No one's there holding you. No one's making you feel like that experience was something. They felt empty. They were sitting, scrolling, destroyed, really. The behavior that they were told was empowering to them. Oh, it's empowering for women to behave like badly behaved men. Oh, it's empowering for women to behave like men. Oh, it's empowering for women to do X, Y, and Z. And they're all dying inside because it's not empowering, because it doesn't feel good to be intimate with someone as a woman and have them not be there to hold you and tell you they love you and make you feel special. It's not. It's not rewarding. It's not empowering. Oftentimes you can't even have a good time because you're not trusting of the experience. So you're not open, and you walk away feeling like, used. Even if you understand the terms and it's all been laid out for you, it's not an experience that's fulfilling. It's an experience that feels degrading and gross. So why do you do it? Stop listening to the hype. Stop listening to the talking point of this is empowering, and pay attention to how you feel. I once had a friend who was on the promiscuous side. I was working in a bar when I was younger. This is actually really funny. I used to work in a lounge in New York City. I got out of Columbia. I got my master's. I was like, and I'm going to talk about that too, because this whole like female ambition and all that, let's really dig into that one day too, and what that means and why some women feel that way and what their lives and actually look like on the inside. Because I can tell you, every woman that I worked with in television was drinking a ton of wine to get through the day, was miserable, was crabby, was feeling like overstressed. Every one of them. I didn't know one from the executive level on down that had that type of schedule that felt good. So I'm going to talk about that. And I know it's an untouchable female ambition. I'm going to talk about it because it needs to be talked about. But the bottom line is that women who engage in these activities, this promiscuity, repeatedly feel lost, and they've bought the talking point. And I remember, I was saying about the bar. I remember working in a bar. And I didn't drink, which was really funny. There I am in a bar. If I drank 2 sips of wine, I was drunk because I had no tolerance, because I wasn't into alcohol. I didn't like the taste. Promiscuous girl. And she used to drink Baileys in her coffee on the way to work to just get through the morning. She was numb. She was completely numb on the inside because the promiscuity was just bleeding her dry. Her emotions, she had a blank stare a lot of the time. She was always worried about, she was taking a bunch of birth control concoctions with God knows what else. And at the end of the day, she was suffering. She was suffering, and she would spew the talking points of, I'm empowered. Guys do it. You're not a guy. First of all, not all guys do it. Secondly, you're not a guy. And thirdly, you feel like crap. Stop doing it. Just pay attention to how you feel and ignore the hype.